us start. We have seen a glimpse of your international adventure in over 6 continents as a consultant, entrepreneur, and academician. Now, could you lead us on your thoughts? How was the journey to human development as a concept was born?
In this book, Human Development Careers, and as I said, there is no book out there in the world today on human development careers, surprising as you would think. The subtitle that's written very small is Leading the Future of Work. In this part of the world, HR, as we think about it, is defined basically by the Americans, to a certain degree by Europe, but really by America. And American HR, if you look at the results on the economy, hasn't been so brilliant. There's a huge amount of inequality, and we have 30 to 40 years where the middle class in America has not improved, it's actually declined. So something is wrong. And if we look at the language, human resources, it's actually the wrong word. People are not a resource, they're active. Or human capital, people are not only measured according to economic criteria. So you cannot have a one size fits all. You have to start dealing with individuals and looking at the differences, and that's what you see in the picture here, is human development manages people as an end, or it's a goal to develop people in themselves, as well as a goal for the profitability of the nation, of the business in a company. And we have new foundations. If you look at the HR foundations, you study HR courses, etc. Basically, it's skills on how to attract talent, how to develop talent, how to develop organizations, etc., how to retain talent. It's all instrumental and skills-based, whereas actually the foundation is human development as defined by the United Nations. And this is something that's fairly recent. It's only in the 1990s that the United Nations started to develop human development economics and the sustainable development goals and the other things that you see. Human rights is older, but human development in economics is something that is fairly new. And so it's certainly not the foundation of HR. It needs to be the foundation. So the first point is we need new foundations, which means that if I'm going to say I'm a human development professional, I'm not going to be looking at the HR stuff. That's good for skills, for functions in a company. But I need to look at the whole area of human development. And so that got me into the idea, well, what are the jobs, or who are professionals in human development? And I came to this map here that I created. So let's look at the first, at the upper left-hand side, you see business organizations. So you see some jobs there and careers. On the left, on the bottom, you see professional service firms. These are consulting firms, technology, etc. They are part of human development. And if you look at the social enterprise and freelancing stakeholders and those types of organizations, as well as independent consultants like myself, are in that area. And on the top and the right, you see government, you also see higher education, and the careers in these different segments and the attraction of these different segments is different. On the right side, typically the salaries are not so high, but you have more interest in the job itself. You're helping people. Typically on the left side, there is more risk and more change, and the salaries are higher. But what my conclusion was, is if you look at the people that are leading organizations, let's take in business, the top HRs, these are people that have worked across these different foundations, across these different professional sectors. So one of the things that people ask me a lot is, well, what does a human development organization look like for a company that makes it different from an HR organization? So in this book, I tried for the first time. I've never seen anything like this, you have a chief human development officer. So they cover areas that are not only for HR. They cover CSR, corporate social responsibility, sustainability, the contingent workforce. For example, if you take Gojek as a company, the HR function does not deal with the drivers. or the delivery people. It only deals with the employees of Gojek, which is, of course, a small amount of the people that actually are working for Gojek. In this case, the Human Development Officer has to look at the whole human development ecosystem of suppliers, of contract workers, etc. And then you go into organizational development, you go into culture, ethics, compliance, the ecosystem, CSR, sustainability. And then you have on the bottom in the blue, you have some of the operational works, which is more familiar, talent and learning. But you've got humans and technology, which is a growing area, and the employee experience and branding, which is also a growing area. So human development organization can look like that. And so now let's come back to you. I'm finished with part 3. The rest of it is in the book. But let's talk about you. So if you're asking yourself, do I want to be a human development professional, or what is a human development professional, or what career could I have? The first thing that I'm asking is, the career is different from the job that you have. Very often the job that you have is assuming that your career is going to be just doing the same job for many, many years, 65 years, if you're thinking about it, or 50 years. Second, what is the need? What do I really need to contribute to? Am I looking for meaning in my work? The third thing, do I want to actually take responsibility? The fourth thing is, am I looking at the changes in the technology that are going to disrupt my job and that's going to create changes? COVID-19 has been a very, very important accelerator for those kinds of changes that you see in number 4. Number 5, do I need to redefine my identity and skill set? COVID has also had an accelerating impact on that. Number 6 is, as I get older, I'm going to go through a career stage. So what is that career stage and how do I build it? This is one of the things that I'm looking at in the third life stage is how do you keep working? I mean, if I take my own career, I'm 72. I'm looking at about what am I going to do for the next 20 years, because I am planning to continue what I'm doing until the age of 90, and then we'll see if I want to continue. But, at the beginning I was thinking of 80, and then I was saying, yeah, but there are people in their 80s are very successful. If I'm healthy, if I'm doing what I really love to do, why wouldn't I continue to do it? So forget about retirement, just keep doing what you love to do. But you have to build a career to be able to do that. And finally, number 7, how do I go beyond my career scope and explore new areas of human development? So that's the key message of the book, is that we need to start rethinking what we're doing if we're in the area of dealing with people.